live workspace close to Gare du Midi, very central Brussels, Anderlecht, I guess you would call it. I've lived here for about a year. Before that, I was in New York for 10 years. And I originally grew up in Chicago. So I've kind of checked out a few different places, and at the moment I'm settled in Brussels, and it's fantastic. I'm really enjoying it a lot. Thanks. I did a show at Stem's Gallery, La Dhondt, which was an exhibition where I painted a series of works on canvas, like just oil paintings, and then I also took the forms directly from those canvases and I superimposed them within the space in a very large format. And from that show at Stems, which went really well, I was offered a couple other shows, and now I'm working on a solo show at a gallery called Marie-Laure Fleisch, which is on Rue Saint-Georges, and the opening is October 24th. I'm doing some large-scale installations. I'm working on a grande rideau, which is a very large-scale textile piece that will be hung within the space. And I'm going to be taking this sort of material, which is a mixed synthetic, so I can actually use it outside. It's quite transparent when you get the sun going through it. I'm going to be taking this painting, which is the Museum Dhondt, and actually having it embroidered, so it becomes a large-scale drawing on fabric. So I'm really moving into new territory. I'm also going to be doing a huge, huge installation, and it's a bit of a secret, but it involves a material from Provence, about 60 kilos of it, so I'm super pumped on it. The gallery is really supportive. So one of the major things in my practice is really plein air drawing. And I've done a lot of studies of Iceland, different countries around the world where I'm observing the natural landscapes. When I'm traveling, I'm really doing like tons of works. You'll see this drawing actually became the first drawing in a selection of works, series of works that was called Karma Solaire that I showed in New York. And that kind of takes me to this dress where this is the original work for it. I made quite a few paintings that were also super related to this. So this actually inspired me to make this dress that I'm wearing, and you can see the colors are exactly matched, or very closely matched, to kind of create a collage. And all of it is individual parts of silk that have been sewn on with a raw edge to kind of create this reference directly to the painting. And throughout my practice, I've been really interested in incorporating fashion, but also design, and more widely, like usable objects by artists, like within my life and my work. So I became really interested also in developing a way that artists could show their work and it become frameable and wearable. And so I started a silk scarf company called Massif Central. So I'll show you a little bit of the materials that I'm working with. Basically, this is oil paint. I really like Williamsburg a lot. I'm not really that picky. I use a wide variety of different colors, as you can tell. Generally, I'm working with a pretty wide palette at any one time, working on a few different works. If you want to take a look at these drawings, you can see that a lot of them are quite heavily abstract, but also very representational as well. And I'm using very thick paper and coating it twice with like two very liberal coats of gesso, so that they become like almost like objects a little bit. And once the sand is applied with the oil paint mixture, you really have this like super dense surface. I have a couple paintings that I'm working on here. This one is from Bois de Lacan in Brussels. And then this one is a motif that I've been using a lot, which is kind of the Lune Lavande. But this is inverted. This is actually kind of the inversion of the original painting, which was an orange, kind of like magenta setback, and then this is lavender. It was originally a drawing that I had done from the backseat of my sister's car in England in the countryside. And then I did this very simple drawing. Once I start going through these, you see the process a little bit. You know, so you see the original kind of like layerings. This is similar to the Lune Lavande. So this is a drawing that I just kind of sketched freehand from the original drawing. Often what I do, I go for like really long walks or hikes kind of into the abyss, I would so to say, in nature. Doing a lot of writing. Oh, these are a couple different materials that I've been working with recently. This is lavender from my garden here. These here are hibiscus, and I'm actually working on integrating a hibiscus tea into my exhibition, a hand-painted dispenser. We'll see how it comes together. Also, with these different sands that I'm using, I'm mixing these in, and I'm taking these sands from locations where I'm making the works. So this is from the coast in Belgium. This is from Knock. This I still have to separate a bit more, but it's creating a larger sort of grit, which is interesting for some of the bigger works.